I wonder if we're already live. It's a common question, as you all probably know by now. But it's equally confusing every time when I start a new live stream, figuring out, are we live or not? But we are, according to several viewers, we are indeed live. Welcome. Let's see who's the first one, who's gonna be the first one to recognize the location. Ah, there we go, Kamfei. You did it. Ueno, indeed. We are indeed in Ueno. It is almost 4 o'clock, 12 degrees, which is quite warm for January. And sunset is happening in about 30 minutes. So my plan for this stream is to start with a little walk through Ueno Park, take some photos, drink a beer. Then once it gets dark, I'll continue down towards Akihabara, take some more photos around there. And yeah, that's about it. That's about what I have planned. But as always, you never know. Anything can happen, pretty much. But anyway, yeah, let's start. Let's start by heading over to Ueno Park. I think I usually walk down this way when I go to Ueno Park, but today I will walk up here. You can actually enter the park by going on this bridge here up on top of the station. So that's what I will do tonight, or today. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a great weekend. I've been in the park all day with Mini Explorer until now. So I actually feel like I got a bit of a suntan. I've been out since 10 o'clock and now it's 4 in the afternoon. And yeah, I'll walk more, maybe absorb a bit more sunlight as well before it gets dark. Bone Jugs, hello from Sacramento. I recently subscribed to your Patreon. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you are enjoying the contents there. For those of you who didn't know, I do have a Patreon page, and that's where I, for example, post the photos that I shoot during my walks. Sometimes I do Patreon only live streams as well. And yeah, a few other goodies, I guess. And of course, also, if you're a Patreon supporter, that means that you will get a discount if you decide to hire any of my services in person here in Tokyo, for example, photo session or tours. So that's another good reason to join me there. The link is in the video description. So we will kind of, yeah, first head up here and to the park. And then when it gets a bit darker, we will head to Akihabara. It's actually almost 2 months since my last live stream from Akihabara. So I thought, oh, that's quite long. I go to Akihabara relatively often, and I know that it's one of my most popular, some of my most popular streams are from Akihabara. So today I'm actually, after the stream, I'm gonna go and have a look at bicycle. Maybe electric, maybe analog, I'm not sure, but I really miss having a bicycle. And they do have a lot of bikes at Yodobashi in Akihabara. And there's also another good bicycle shop nearby, so I'll go there. My wife and I love your videos and love Ueno. Ah, that's good. Perfect for today then. You'll get a video from Ueno. Both two things that you love in one stream. It's pretty nice. Nice sunset, nice light. I always, or not always, but I often forget that this place exists. Like whenever I'm going to Ueno Park, I always take the same way, like next to the station. But this bridge is a little bit forgotten in my world. But it's a nice little place. Nice open space with a bit of, I don't know, the sky feels very wide when you're up here, which is a feeling that you don't get terribly often in Tokyo. And as always, if you have any requests, any place you would like to see around here between Ueno and Akihabara, please let me know and I'll see what I can do. This bridge looks like a good meeting place. Yeah, it is. Except that unless you're already familiar with this area, it might be a little bit difficult to find. Because it's not super easy to locate, I think. Lovely evening. Yeah, it is. I mean, the weather is just so nice here in Tokyo this winter. Really enjoy all these sunny days that we've been having. Paul is at the Kitty building. Oh, okay, so he's around Tokyo Station then. Not too far away from where I am, but also not super close. I was kind of like not sure where to walk today. First I was thinking to go to Shinjuku area, and then I realized that actually the Yamanote line is they're having some maintenance work on the Yamanote line this weekend, so it's probably going to be pretty chaotic anywhere between Shibuya and Shinjuku. So the trains are only running in one direction around there this weekend, so it's a bit of a mess. And I thought, I don't want to experience that. Then I was thinking, should I do like Skytree Asakusa again? Because that's always a nice walk. And I actually had a photo session in Asakusa a few days ago. And that made me kind of tempted to do another Asakusa stream. But I don't know, for some reason I settled on Ueno and Akihabara tonight. Hope you will enjoy that. Justin says, glad to see that you're alive again. I hope that you and your family are doing well. We are. Thank you. We're all doing very well. Been a bit of sickness in the family over the holidays, but I think everybody's kind of getting back to normal again. Settle for anything. Well, I know you are, Jari. You are the one of my viewers who is probably the most easy to satisfy. So I never expect any complaints from you. However, not all my viewers are as easygoing and chill. Last time you went live was Christmas. No, that's not right. I've been live, this is my third live since the new year. So there's been plenty of live streams since Christmas. But of course they're not always in a time zone that works for all of my viewers. Look, this is nice. The last rays of sunlight shining straight into the lens. And this is very nice actually. Snapping some photos here. I think I'm getting some good stuff. And as I said before, if I do, it will end up in the wallpaper gallery. Available to my patrons. Okay, hopefully I got something decent there. I didn't get notified when you go live. I hate YouTube. So that's one of many reasons why you should join me on Patreon. Because then you get these email notifications, which are way more reliable. YouTube's notifications are not reliable at all. So join me on YouTube, or sorry, join me on Patreon, or you can just join me on Twitter. I usually tweet when I'm about to go live as well. But of course, Patreon is better if you want to support the channel. Kakui, the GR. Thank you, Michael Samira. Yes, I really enjoy the GR. It took me a long time. I mean, I purchased this camera probably 4 years ago, and I hardly used it at all until a couple of months ago. But now I really enjoy both the shooting experience, but also the photos I get from it. Looks like I'm not the only streamer who is live right now here in Tokyo. That's a little bit unfortunate. Didn't know that so many of my friends would also be streaming right now. But I guess those of you who follow all of us, you are watching several tabs or several windows open at the same time. Head through this tunnel of Torii gates. This is always a nice little place. Nice little tunnel to walk through. Also, I realize I need to change. There we go. How's the lotus pond in Ueno? You shall soon find out, Brandon. You shall soon find out, because I will be there in a few minutes. Do you enjoy wearing hats? No, I don't. I'm not really a hat person. But I like sunlit foxes. That's something I like, way more than hats. No, I don't really wear hats very often. Sometimes in the summer I do, but it's quite rare. Shadow reveal. And camera shadow reveal. I should go up here actually to head over to the pond, and I guess that was a little bit of a mistake. I should have gotten a beer because I don't think there's any place around here selling beer. Lots of omikuji. Yes, probably a lot of people came to the shrine because we're still pretty near the New Year's holiday. So probably a lot of people came to the shrine here in the last couple of days. I always forget that there's actually a garage hidden under Ueno Park, but there is, and the entrance is very pink. Jenny, thank you for the beer money. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, I need a beer. I didn't have a beer. Yeah, I didn't have a single beer this weekend, so I think I deserve one. I wonder if this little temple here is crowded still. It looks a bit crowded down here, but not too bad. I'm sure we'll be able to pass through here. So here you have the lotus pond. You can see not many flowers this time of the year. Still quite beautiful though, but oh, actually I can probably get a beer at one of these stands. Most likely it will be quite overpriced, but hey, I got $10 from Jenny, so I can afford an overpriced beer. Sure. Yeah, lots of lotus stalks, not many flowers. Thank you, Gorath. Make it a large beer. Okay, okay. But I don't know. I will probably get it at a convenience after all. Okay, and here are people queuing up to do their New Year's prayers. I'm not gonna do that, but thank you, Brad. Even larger. Wow. How large is this beer going to get? I might drown in it. But thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The lotuses are indeed drying, yes. It's not lotus season. I think they are trying to get me drunk, yeah. It happens quite often. So, I don't know how interesting of a photo this will be, but we'll see. Snapping a few anyways. It's very nice to come here when it's dark, actually. Then I really like the scenery here in the park, but right now it's not that amazing. And yeah, we just passed 200 viewers. Thank you. Welcome everybody who is joining this stream. So I'm currently in Ueno Park, and the plan is to head down to Akihabara once it gets dark, and yeah, explore Akihabara a little bit. It's been a while since my last Akihabara visit. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Of course, here we have the famous swan boats that some of you are really into. As I've mentioned before, it's a law. It's a law in the Constitution of Japan that every body of water in the country must have rental swan boats. So you see those pretty much everywhere in Japan. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu means kind of basically it means Happy New Year. Literal translation is like yeah, no, I can't even try to translate it because it makes no sense. Like congratulations to it's getting brighter, or something like that would be like the literal translation, I believe, but I'm sure someone can make a better one in the chat. Would you consider recording a 4K with you and your wife using a swan boat? I don't know. I don't think she would be very interested in that. But who knows? Who knows? I'm not ruling it out entirely. some sort of recording going on here. Have you ever paddled a swan boat in Japan? I honestly don't know. I think I have, but it was a really long time ago. I haven't done it in the last 10 years. But I think I did it in Okashira Park in Kichioji when I was relatively new to Japan. I think I did it once back then. Was learning contractions in English really hard? I'm afraid I don't know what contractions mean. Couple of months we will have cherry blossom trees lining this little street here through the pond. That's a really beautiful time of the year. This time of the year it looks a little bit sad. Still a nice walk, but yeah, nothing compared to what it can be. Thank you, Taira, for the good translation. Okay, Akemashite means dawned. I see. I see. Contraction. Aren't, isn't, can't. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm using those things right. I'm pretty sure that I make mistakes quite frequently, actually. But it's not something that I've ever did like any conscious effort to study or anything. Maybe we did when I was like in middle school back in Sweden, but that's like 30 years ago and I don't remember it. But yeah, it just, I think most of the English for me, it has just come to me naturally from basically first from playing video games. Like when I grew up, I loved video games and I played a lot, and all the games were in English. That's how I learned English. And then of course also in Sweden, a lot of the TV programs are purchased from mainly I guess the UK when I grew up, but these days it's probably more common that they purchase shows from the US. And we don't have any dubbing in Sweden, which I think is very good for our language skills. I don't know if there's been more ducks or cones on today's walk so far. I think it could potentially be more ducks this far, but once we leave the park, I doubt that we will see many more ducks, so then maybe the cones will catch up. So I don't know if you're in team cones or team ducks. There's a 7-Eleven there, which is good because I want to buy a beer. Have a little beer here next to the pond before we continue the adventure. When did living in Japan start feeling normal to you? I don't really know. I don't know if it ever I don't know, like it feels mostly normal, I guess, and it's been doing that for a long time, but there are still like days when I kind of reflect a little bit about my life and I realize how, I don't know, how unexpected it all ended up being. Like if someone told me 15 years ago when I was like taking my first steps in this country that I would still be here now after turning 40 years old and I would have wife and a child here, it's like when I think about it that way, it's like it sometimes feels a little bit weird, like why, how like how come that I'm here and like all the people I grew up with are mostly still back in Sweden. But at the same time, most days I'm just living my own life here and it is what it is. I don't really think much about it. I don't know. I hope that answered your question somewhat. Let's hope that this 7-Eleven has decent beer selection. At least they have the Lucky Rabbit beer. Should we go for this one? Oh.
年齢確認をお願い。身分証明お支払い方法タッチ音が鳴るまで電子マネーをレシートをお受け取りください。お取り忘れにご注意ください。
Oh, thank you. That dog hates you. Combini allowance. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So, Lucky Rabbit beer. Did you bring your laptop? No, I'm not bringing my laptop today. Let's do a little map update here. Oh, I didn't even think about that. 7-Eleven. Thank you. That dog hates you. That's a good one. That's a good one. So we started the walk here. Then I walked up here. No, I did not. I walked up this way and then through the shrine here, over the bridge. Oh, sorry, over this bridge, and then on this path. Got the beer here. Now I will head back down here, drink the beer, and then continue towards Akihabara. That's the plan for today. Does it ever snow in Japan? Yes. Many parts of Japan are covered in snow as we speak. B. Jansen. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Last year's 6th Tokyo snow. Yeah, that's right. It was about exactly a year ago since it snowed in Tokyo and I did a live stream. Doesn't feel like it's gonna snow today, but who knows. Yesterday was actually quite cold and there was some forecast saying that there was a chance of snow yesterday, but no snow did fall in Tokyo yesterday, obviously. Japan has the snowiest city in the world. Yeah, I've heard something about that too, that it's somewhere up in, I don't remember, Aomori or wherever, where it snows a lot. Would you recommend traveling to Tokyo in January, February? Yeah, sure. It's good. It's better in April, but there's nothing wrong. The only time of the year which I would advise against is to come here during the summer months, unless you really know what you're getting yourself into and if you are really comfortable with high temperatures and even higher humidity. So relaxing when life is stressful. Thanks again, Jansen. Thank you, thank you. A double super chat. It's very kind of you, very generous. So let's see if we find a place. I guess we can sit down here. Drink the beer and watch some people. Give me a little 5-minute break here. Hope you're all okay. Let's ultra wide. There we go. Boom. Ultra wide. On Mount Fuji, yeah, it's of course snowy on Mount Fuji. Also, let's sit here so we get a nice symmetry with this line here. Okay. Kanpai. Cone? Cone doko? Is there a cone here? Didn't see one. A familiar sight, yeah. I was kind of like thinking through today's walk a little bit in advance. And I was kind of hoping for it to be a little bit darker by the time I got here. Because this view with these high rises is very nice when it's darker, so that you can see, you know, the lights from the buildings a little bit clearer. But Minolta Toyota dude 36. I want to visit Japan someday and I want to know something. Do you have to speak Japanese in order to visit? No, you do not have to speak Japanese in order to visit Japan. The vast majority of the millions of people coming here every year do not speak Japanese, and the vast majority of them still manage to have a great experience. However, if you do speak Japanese, you will have an even better experience. But yeah, you don't need, it's not a must, and it's not really, it's not really really realistic to learn the language of each country you visit in your life, right? Martin, thank you for the super chat. Cheers to you. Lucky Rabbit. Lucky Brew is your friend that always brings good luck. This is also my friend who always brings good luck. Or maybe, I don't know, but he's my friend, I think. Hey! 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 Kom! Kom då! Oide! Oide! Ah, konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Fuwa-fuwa-chan! Kawaii! Kawaii! Osho! Kawaii ne! Osho! Osho! Do you like cold Gatorade? Oh, I haven't had a Gatorade in I don't know how many years. I'm not crazy about it. It's okay. It's drinkable, but there are much better drinks out there. Thank you, Christian Hansen, for the like. Cute dog. Nah. Yes, better than hot Gatorade. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm almost done with the beer, actually. Okay, let's get going. Let's continue. Oh, we're closing in on 300 viewers. How nice. How nice. 300 viewers. We've been walking for 42 minutes. And my battery, I didn't really charge the phone before starting this walk. So my battery is actually just at 52%. However, I'm not really thinking about making a super long walk tonight. So I was thinking at most 2 hours. How easy was it to settle in Japan? Fellow Scandinavian here, seriously thinking about making a move. It's difficult to answer. Like, in some ways it's quite easy. Like, a lot of the procedures are relatively straightforward. And I mean, the biggest challenge is, I guess, the language and culture barrier, which is still a bit of a problem. But yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to answer that question. But I think for me, it was easier to feel settled here than, for example, I mean, I was living in Berlin for a while. For I think about 2 years before coming to Japan, and I think I felt more settled or more at home here in Tokyo after that amount of time compared to what I ever did in Berlin, even though the culture in Berlin is far more similar to where I'm from. So it's yeah, I don't know. It depends on many factors, I guess, but I quickly felt pretty much at home here. But still, at the same time, there are days where I just feel like an outsider as well. So it's complicated. Can't believe this place is in Tokyo. Oh, it's in Tokyo. This is Ueno Park, Ueno Koen. 100 meters that way is Ueno Station, one of the major train stations in northern Tokyo. How much time do you spend on YouTube yourself? You mean watching YouTube or making YouTube? I probably watch YouTube about, on average, maybe 30 minutes to an hour every day. Often when I ride the trains, I watch YouTube or listen to YouTube. probably listen to YouTube more than I watch YouTube. Most of the channels I watch are just, yeah, basically you can switch off the video and you don't really miss that much. Now I think this year I'll be streaming maybe 2 or 3 times, or this coming months I'll plan to stream 2 or 3 times a week, and I roughly estimate each stream to take about 4 hours in total, including the transportation times, etc., which would mean 1 full work day a week ish. Just thinking if there's any place where I can trash my beer can around here. But maybe there aren't. Daniel tried the beta version of Prism yesterday and there was no broken chat. That's good, that's good. The chat is still working for me as well, even though I don't have the beta version, but we'll see. I guess maybe thanks to Daniel's effort, he actually reached out to them and told them about our problems. So hopefully they will sort out this issue soon. YouTube is probably the site I would miss the most if it was gone. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too, actually. It fulfills so many different needs. Like it can be very educational, it can be very entertaining, it can be very kind of like relaxing. It's also a great place to do research for various things. So yeah, I would definitely miss YouTube a lot if it was gone. I can't really think of any website I would miss more. Do you find hairdressers in Japan having difficulty cutting non-Asian hair? A little bit, yeah, especially me, because I have curly hair, and that's actually quite challenging to many of the hairdressers here. So I've had like many failed haircuts in Japan. I have throughout the years. So I think I'll take a quick peek at Ameyoko, but I think it will be super crowded there tonight, so I probably don't want to walk along Ameyoko for very long. I like this building, Plaza U. Out my mask from my pocket again. Green payphones are still alive, yes. They are still alive and well here in Japan. As always, the photos that I take on today's walk will be posted on my Patreon if I get something worth sharing. One of the perks you get by joining me there is access to my wallpaper gallery, where you can get all those photos in high resolution for your personal needs. The mask that I'm currently wearing is very difficult to put on with just one hand, actually, which is a little bit annoying. Are flip phones still popular in Japan? No, they're not popular, but they do still exist, which is a bit surprising. But a lot of, Japan has a big portion of elderly people, and many of them are not really interested in learning how to deal with a smartphone. Also, I think it's probably quite difficult to some people to deal with a touch screen. So there's still a market for flip phones, but I think they're actually right now about to close down the 3G network here in Japan, which most of those flip phones still use 3G, but there are flip phones using 4G as well. So, but maybe some people have like really old phones, they're not interested in upgrading. But I've seen that some stores are having like campaigns now so that you can get a new phone, a new 4G flip phone if you trade in your 3G flip phone. Let's head down to Amiyoko and see if it's manageable or not. Yeah, I think some carriers here in Japan maybe already have shut down their 3G network. Not sure. Huh, what's this? I've never seen this before. I love panda. I followed you on Instagram. Thank you, Minolta dude. Yeah. To everybody else who's watching, if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, you should do what Minolta dude just did. You'll find the link to my Instagram in the video description, and that's also where I share some of the photos that I take during my live stream. So Instagram, Twitter, Patreon. Those are the places where you can follow me, and where you should follow me if you haven't already. Does the government help small businesses in Japan with tax incentives? Yes, they do, and that's pretty awesome. That's something I highly appreciate, and which makes life here quite a bit easier as a small self-employed person. There are some pretty nice support systems. So for example, if you're earning less than 10 million yen in a year, you don't need to pay any sales tax to the government. You can still charge sales tax from your clients, but you don't need to pay it to the government. So basically giving you a 10% revenue boost in the best case, which is pretty nice. But apparently that's gonna change soon, which is not so nice. But yeah, from later this year, that will no longer be the case, unfortunately. That kind of sucks. And a lot of people are quite upset about it. But also in general, it's pretty easy to be self-employed in Japan, and the taxes compared to Sweden are quite low, so I'm happy. It works for me. Also, the paperwork is relatively simple. Depressed, joining a live stream walkabout in Tokyo always makes you feel better. Thank you, Black Tango. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. If I can bring happiness to the world, and especially to depressed people, that's something that I feel very good about. Fun fact, I once took a photo here at exactly this street crossing that was stolen by a company in Hong Kong making a guide app, or kind of like a digital guidebook to Tokyo. But I found that out. And sent them an angry email, and they apologized and paid me. So that was good for them. Still a pretty crappy thing to do, but I think this is new. I've never noticed that there's a big, what is this, a mackerel? Never seen this before. Past Okachimachi station, by the way. That's the stop between Ueno and Akihabara. Pretty nice colors this time of the day, isn't it? The sky looks nice, the lights look nice, everything is nice. Not everything. but many things. Angry email, just send the bill. Well, I prefer to give them a chance to explain themselves first, and then depending on how they do that, and if they do it in a way that's acceptable or if they're just being stupid, then I adjust the amount accordingly on the subsequent bill that I send them. Pandas! Just past 300 viewers. Nice. Thanks everybody for tuning in on tonight's walk. And we just passed the 1 hour mark as well. So let's see if you are really nice to me, then I might continue the stream for another hour or so. But if not, I might lose motivation sooner than that and go and do some like bike shopping in Akihabara instead. We'll see. I'm kind of waiting here for a train to pass. Then this would be a pretty nice photo. But I don't know. Waiting for a train is a little bit stressful when I have 320 people, 320 restless viewers in the chat. I don't really feel that I can give it too much time. Oh, but there's a train. There is a train. Okay, let's see if we can get a good photo here. I think I got one. Yep, that's a pretty good shot. Any good places in Japan? No. No good places in Japan. Just joking. Plenty of good places in Japan, but please be more specific if you want a more serious answer. Brad, thank you. At least you understood what I meant. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, you're looking into getting a bicycle? Yes, I am. I've been bicycle-less for a while, and I kind of miss having a bike. Ah, there's another nice shot there. Ooh. I think both these shops are relatively new. And I've never been to neither of them, but they both look kind of inviting actually. This is like some sort of a Tokyo Butcher's. That sounds tempting. Maybe I should have dinner there sometime. Thank you, Young Galang. Thank you, Bud's Red Hots. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow, okay. Good. So we might be looking at a 2-hour stream tonight after all. Thank you. Thank you. I have the best viewers. Yeah, great super chats. Indeed, Jenny. I feel like the days are really getting longer and longer now. It's 5 o'clock, but there's still plenty of color in the sky. Of course, don't forget to like the video. That is some pretty good advice from Gora. If you haven't already, pressing the like button is a very kind little gesture that takes 3 seconds for you to do, but that means a lot to me. So if you haven't already, then yeah, please consider doing so. Is it mandatory to wear a mask? No. I probably get that question pretty much every live stream. It's not mandatory to wear a mask in Japan, it's never been. However, most people do it because most people prefer to be safe rather than sorry. Have I ever seen the movie Midnight in Paris? I don't think so. Do you recommend it? Australia, a shop specializing in sneakers made from kangaroo leather. I have no idea if that's politically correct from an Australian point of view or not. Connection under the train tracks. Oh really? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so well, I'll head back out soon. Kangaroo, yes, kangaroo leather. Someone asked if I wear hats. I don't, but if I did, I would maybe consider doing some shopping here. It happens though. Sometimes in the summers I can wear a hat, but not very often. Unusual for Australia, but not politically incorrect. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. It's unusual in Australia. Didn't know. I wonder how, like, where they source their kangaroo leather. Like, it's such a random or kind of unexpected material to make shoes from, especially for a Japanese company. It would be even more unexpected if they decided to make shoes out of kangaroo meat. Then I would be seriously interested in figuring out the story behind that brand. Shoes made out of meat. Why not? So if you've already answered this question in previous streams, but are you not going back to Sweden for that job? No, I'm working remotely from Japan for the time being, but I might go back there this spring for a couple of weeks for work. And we also plan to spend the next summer in Sweden, and I will be working on location. But the company has been kind enough to let me work remotely from Japan, which I am very, very happy about. And yeah, I'm just working half time, so that's why I have time to also do other things like live streams and photo shoots and whatnot. So I'm pretty happy with this setup, but basically they hired me for video work, which is a little bit difficult to do when I'm on the wrong side of the planet, but at least I can edit from here. So who would eat a kangaroo anyways? I don't know. I guess people eat kangaroo meat where it's like available, or I don't know. I have no idea. I wouldn't mind. At least try it if I had the chance. So we are now in Akihabara, meaning that a lot of you will probably enjoy the coming 20-30 minutes of this stream, as I will be walking through Otaku Mecca one more time on this channel. I don't know how many dozens of times I've already walked in Akihabara, but it seems to be one of those places that you never really get too tired of, so I'm back. Hey, can you buy kangaroo meat in Japan, in Australian supermarkets? Oh. I feel like kangaroos are pretty muscular animals, which I guess should make their meat pretty tasty. So the current job from Sweden company is mainly on video editing. No, mostly what I do is writing. But I do a bit of video editing too, but I would say 80% writing, 20% video editing maybe, and a little bit of research as well. The more I watch, the more I can admire Japan. Yeah. There's a lot of things worthy of admiration in Japan, but just like any country, it's also a country that has its own fair share of problems and issues. So a lot of people seem to think that Japan is some perfect paradise, and that's certainly not the case. But it's, of all the countries I've been living in, it's one of the better ones. Considering the points that matters to me. Is that an air ride siren? No, just either fire truck or ambulance. Sky is getting dark. It is, yeah, it is. It's getting darker, but it's still quite a lot of color in there. Love this time in Tokyo. It is one of the best times, I certainly agree. That's why I try to do my streams this time of the day when I can, which unfortunately I can't do as often as I would like to, but usually at least every weekend I try to do an evening stream. Yes, that's indeed Don Quixote. Over here. I don't think I actually want to cross here. Brandon, I've been reading some of your writings on the internet and I think the writing job suits you well. Thank you, Brandon. That's very nice of you. I am extremely how do you say? Extremely unconfident. Is that how you say? Unconfident? Not confident in my own writing. I'm pretty confident when it comes to my photography skills, but when it comes to writing, I don't really feel that I'm pretty good at it. But it's probably what has paid my bills for most of my adult life, so I guess I'm doing something right. Anyone want to buy an iPhone 7 for 7,777 yen? That's pretty cheap, but it's also a pretty old phone. Unconfident, yeah. I don't know why. For some reason, that word felt very wrong as I said it. Writings, link please. If you're a Patreon supporter, you should probably know where to look and what to look for. If you're not, then sorry. Hey with me, Japan! Long time no see. How are you? The links are confidential. Well, they're Patreon only. Patreon only. At least for the time being. Another fire engine or ambulance. Where are you today? I started in Ueno and now I just reached Akihabara. Where are you today, Yuka? You're in Yokohama with Lemmy, Emmy, Daniel and Yuka. Oh, why wasn't I invited? I would have liked to join you guys. Oh, Lemmy. Lemmy, yeah. Hope to see you all soon. It's been way too long. Actually, it's my birthday soon. It would be great to do a stream together on my birthday. That would be fun. Or not on my birthday necessarily. Any day is fine. Any day streaming with you is a fun thing to do. Oh, it's Emmy's birthday party. Okay. Ah, I see. Okay. Still feeling a bit offended that I didn't get invited though, but whatever. Maybe if they were live streaming, it's a little bit difficult. Just a noisy guy. Yeah, if you were live streaming, it's a little bit difficult since I don't want to show my face. Can you say happy birthday to Emmy? Yes, happy birthday, Emmy! Tanjoubi omedetou! Man, hope you had a good one. Taito, yes. Taito makes some of the best game centers or arcades in Tokyo. Absolutely. TE's birthday is in January. It is, yeah. It's in how many days? It's in 10 days. It's in 10 days. Sorry, you're too big to invite. Come on, I'm not. Come join us in Yokohama. I would love to, but it's a little bit too far away. Yeah, let's go drinking soon. Or eating, or streaming, or all of those things. Want to celebrate your birthday, T? Yay! Let's do it. Let's do it. That would be great. I would love to meet you guys up for a little birthday something. If I go to Tokyo as an American only speaking English, could I get along? I'm interested in cuisine and culture. Yes. The vast majority of tourists to Japan does not speak Japanese, and the vast majority seem to manage anyway. So yeah, just do it. Just do it. We're gonna organize your birthday. Hey, thank you, Yuka. Please do. That would be it would make me very happy. Akihabara looks busy tonight. Yeah. Haven't live streamed from Akihabara in almost 2 months. I think the last time I did it was just when the borders had opened again, and it's kind of the same now. Plenty high percentage of non-Japanese looking people. Anyone playing Genshin? I still haven't tried that game, but there's quite a lot of ads for Genshin all over Tokyo actually, and it's been promoted pretty heavily for quite some time now. Thank you, Creature. Do you believe in extraterrestrial life? Do I believe in your annoying questions? Yeah, I do think that there's life in the universe, yes. I don't think we are alone. But the Fermi paradox is pretty fascinating to think about. Is Genshin a gacha game? That sucks. I really hate that business model. I think I hate it even more than pay to win, even though it's kind of the same thing, except that with gacha win it's like pay to maybe win, which is really nasty. so clean there. Yeah. Central Tokyo is relatively clean, but not everywhere. If you go to Shibuya on a weekend after midnight, it's definitely not very clean. But compared to many Western countries, Japan is quite clean, yes. Colors really pop here, yeah. Well, Akihabara at night is pretty colorful. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy coming here. Like, everything looks pretty good when you're walking around here. Somehow Gigo feels really wrong. Yeah, I do agree. I don't really like that name. But maybe I'm not in the target audience anyway. Who knows? Too bad microtransactions are still legal. Yeah, it sucks. Let's see, do they have any good deals here? Super cheap smartphones. I'll head down to the other side of the train tracks and I'll probably wave goodbye to you around there. My battery is actually dying and I don't really know where to walk from here anyway, so I think I'll just head over to the other side of Akihabara and wrap things up there. Buying phones cheaper in Japan, cheaper compared to where? I don't really know. You can buy phones for very cheap here in Japan, but depends on what you want. If you want an iPhone that does not make a shutter sound whenever you take a photo, then it's quite expensive. But yeah, it really depends. If you just need to buy a super cheap phone, you can find it very easily here, yes. Thanks for the walk today. Yeah, thank you. Well, it's not over yet. Another 10 minutes maybe? Now with the expensive or with the bad exchange rate, even if it's recovering a little bit now, but electronics are not so cheap in Japan anymore. Probably cheaper in the US, yes. now when the dollar is so strong, at least. Much for the walk, T. Best of luck getting a bike. Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have no idea if I will end up buying any bike tonight. I don't think so, but at least I will kind of familiarize myself a little bit with what options there are. Like, the big challenge for me is to find a bike here in Japan which is actually big enough for me, because most bikes are too small. I'm taller than average in Japan, so most bikes here are too small for me. So, but I will see. I will ask them kind of like what bikes they have that fits someone my height, and then we'll take it from there. Did you watch Tokyo Kuni when you were younger? No, never heard of it. What's that? Doing 2-3 hour walks in Fukuoka, and I think how much fun it would be to live stream. Yeah, well, just do it. What's stopping you? Just try. You probably already have a phone. All you would need is a gimbal, which you can get for very cheap. I'm on a 26-inch bike. I don't even know, and the bike sizes are usually measured in a different way here in Japan. So a lot of bikes are only available, like, basically if you're taller than 180 centimeters, then most bikes that I've looked at are not available in my size here. You watch anime? No, I don't. I did when I was a teenager, back in the 90s. But these days, no. I don't watch anything except for a bunch of tech YouTubers these days. Foreign mobile plan is stopping. Oh. Then just get like a cheap domestic SIM card and you should be good to go. Or just maybe don't live stream then, just do like recordings. Even though live streaming is much more fun. I mean, you can get a cheap SIM card in most electronic stores here. You don't need to stream in highest resolution and bit rate if you're on a limited data plan. Live stream needs at least 50 subscribers. No, not really. Not if you're... They only need that if you're doing it in the official YouTube app. But if you're using Prism, the app that I use, you can live stream with 0 subscribers. That's what I started doing on my gaming channel. So now we're in front of Yodobashi Akiba. I think I will start my little bicycle hunt here. Not really the best place. There's probably way better dedicated bicycle shops, but I think this Yodobashi actually has a pretty large bicycle section. So I'll start by looking here. How safe is Tokyo? Probably much safer than wherever you are from. It's one of the safest major cities in the world, except for earthquake risk, which is quite likely to kill me sooner or later. But in terms of personal safety, Tokyo is very safe. Okay, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, and I think I will stream on Tuesday morning. I will not stream tomorrow. Pretty much sure about that, but probably Tuesday morning Japan time. Okay, thank you so much for watching and see you all next time. Hey do, bye bye, auf Wiedersehen und mata ne.